Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on weather across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is Friday evening, August 30, 2024. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you guys get this video up to 100 likes. If you don't know by now, that's how the YouTube algorithm works. We all like the video and then the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to more persons during the path of these tropical systems so that we can keep everyone safe, especially during the peak of Atlantic hurricane season. That's August through to October. Share this video with your friends, your co-workers, your relatives, and even your church brethren. And subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Leave a comment down below, letting me know what the weather's been like in your area recently. Also, feel free to ask any weather related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. Alright, so let's just take a look at the U.S. National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather look. We can see that as of their latest update that just came out at 7:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is actually 6:44 p.m. Jamaica time, they now have 3 areas highlighted for a possible tropical cyclone development within the next 7 days. There's one right here to the southeast of Texas that has a 20% chance of development. Another one right here to the south of the Cabo Verde Islands, but it's expected to push westward and have a possible chance of tropical cyclone development as it moves towards the west. But the one that has everybody's focus right now is this one, closer to the Caribbean, that has a higher chance, a 40% chance at that, of cyclone formation within the next 7 days. The Hurricane Center stated showers and thunderstorms associated with a tropical wave about 1,000 miles east of the Lesser Antilles remain disorganized. Gradual development of this system is possible during the next few days, and a tropical depression could form sometime next week while it moves westward, reaching the Lesser Antilles on Monday and continuing across the Caribbean Sea through the middle to latter part of the week. And we see that they've given it a 0% chance of cyclone formation within the next 48 hours, that's the next 2 days, and a 40% chance of cyclone formation within the next 7 days. And if we take a look at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic before the sun went down, we can see all these systems. The one right here to the southeast of Texas, definitely doing a number on the southern United States, New Orleans, Texas. We can see the other one right here that is very stretched out, right there to the southeast of the Caribbean. And the other one right here to the south of the Cabo Verde Islands. If we take a look at what the supercomputer models are showing regarding these systems, we're just going to be going out to the next 168 hours. So keep your eye on the timestamp up here. And we're going to be focusing our attention right here at the bottom half of the image. So we're going to be seeing the system coming in from the east and then pushing westward. So let's see what unfolds as we go throughout the next 7 days to see what the Euro and the GFS models are doing regarding this system. Do we see consensus? Let's find out. So this is the 12Z Euro that came out today, and we're seeing the system coming in. We see the area of low pressure associated with it, the L right there, and the moisture. Lots of rain. As a matter of fact, there is even an abundance of rainfall that's expected in the coming week, this weekend into early next week. Across the Caribbean, look at all of the moisture as represented by the greens, touching all the way from the Eastern Caribbean to the Western Caribbean. The Bahamas, the Gulf of Mexico is just getting even more moist as we head into the peak of hurricane season in general. We can go out in time and we see what the system does. Definitely makes it across the Eastern Caribbean and maybe possibly strengthening. We see even more yellows and darker greens right there. As we continue to go out, we see it passing to the south of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And on this latest run of the Euro model, it's right there passing to the south of Jamaica by 12Z on Thursday, which is actually 7 a.m. on Thursday. But by the end of the 168 hours, it should be right here, maybe affecting portions of the Cayman Islands. But that is as of the latest run from the Euro model. What does the GFS model show? Because we know these models They're not set in stone and they're always changing. So let us see what the GFS is showing for the same time period. So we start to go out in time and we see the system right here by 6Z on Monday, which is actually 1 AM on Monday. A bit less robust than what the euro was showing, but we see it right there passing to the south of Puerto Rico. We're seeing the moisture associated with it. Focus your attention, it's right there to the south of Haiti and the Dominican Republic by 12Z on a Thursday. So this is 7 AM on Thursday and we see the differences. Let's go back. So the euro has it 12Z on Thursday. It's actually 7 AM on Thursday right there to the south of Jamaica. The GFS has it right there farther south to the south of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Right there we see the area flow pressure to the south or south-southeast of Jamaica in general. But we see the differences in general. But look at what's happening. We see even more moisture. As well, look at that. Maybe the area flow pressure tries to do some kind of relocation closer to where all the moisture is located. Because look at that jump right there all the way up to the north where Jamaica is located. Looks like it's even trying to make even a more of a landfall. Because when we go back, we saw that the area was a bit broad and messy. Lots of showers are right there. Moisture, especially to the south of Hispaniola, with the broad area flow pressure right there to the south of Jamaica. But we see as we go out in time, definitely the area flow pressure getting closer to all of the moisture. And it's making even more of a close pass. So there's definitely some differences. The euro has it by 7 AM on Thursday right there to the south of Jamaica. The GFS a bit slower right there on Friday evening. So 0Z on Saturday is about 7 PM on Friday, and we see where it's located. So a bit slower and weaker on the GFS for sure. A bit stronger and faster on the euro. We see 10.4 millibars, definitely stronger on the euro than the GFS. It's going to be interesting to see what unfolds regarding this system. Hopefully it's none of them. We don't want to be affected by any kind of system at this time. We don't want the bad weather. We don't want the power outages. We'll definitely take the rainfall to cool down the temperatures and keep the water in our pipes. Either way, I'll definitely be here to keep you posted with what unfolds. On another note, let us take a look at what Ben Knoll recently posted. He made this post yesterday at 9:59 AM. If you don't know who Ben Knoll is, he's actually a meteorologist at the National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research in New Zealand. And from time to time, he makes some posts about the Atlantic hurricane season that are very accurate. I remember in May, he made a post about what would happen regarding the developments regarding Beryl in general. And we definitely got Beryl a month later. And now he's making another forecast. Well, he's showing some maps that are signaling some sign of development in general. He stated, an eastward propagating convective pulse will leave the Atlantic quite favorable toward hurricane development in the weeks ahead. Another pulse may reach the Atlantic in late September, potentially enhancing any ongoing activity or helping to spawn new activity. And we're talking about rising ear in general. We know the rising ear is represented by the greens and the dark blues, and we can see the sinking ear being represented by the oranges and the greens within those oranges. And if we actually go out in time, starting from this timestamp, August 30 to September 6th, we see that there's a lot of rising ear across Africa, a lot of rising ear across the Indian Ocean and the Western Pacific. There's a lot of sinking ear right now across the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific. But as we go out in time, September 6 to September 13, a lot more sinking ear across the Atlantic, a lot more rising ear across the Indian Ocean and the Western Pacific. And then look at this, we're starting to get into more rising ear territory as we wrap up the month of September. Look at all of this, the blues that represent rising ear, especially across the Caribbean, the Eastern Pacific and the main development region. It's gonna be interesting to see what unfolds regarding tropical cyclone development later on in the month. Let us take a look at the surface map of the Atlantic for this evening. We can see that we have a ridge of high pressure right here to the northeast of Florida, another ridge of high pressure right there to the northwest of Africa. And we know these ridges of high pressure are responsible for sending all of the easterly trade winds across the main development region into the Caribbean. We can see a tropical wave right here to the west of Jamaica. And that tropical wave that the hurricane center is watching right there to the northeast of South America. And the other tropical wave that the hurricane center is watching that's affecting portions of the Cabo Verde Islands. We can also see the clouds associated with a trough still affecting portions of the Bahamas even as we speak. And if we take a look at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic before the sun went down, we can definitely see all of these entities coming through based on what we just saw on the surface map. The trough right there, clouds associated with the tropical wave right there to the west of Jamaica, clouds associated with that strong tropical wave that the hurricane center is watching, and the clouds associated with that other tropical wave near the Cabo Verde Islands. We'll be talking more about the rest of the Caribbean weather later on. Let us focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's video about the weather across Jamaica for today, Friday, August 30, 2024. It was stated that morning rainfall would have been in store for a section of eastern Jamaica, and then we would have had some rainfall affecting sections of central and western parishes during Friday afternoon. And just for reference, you know, western parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Cornwall. So Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. While central parishes, you know, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Middlesex. So St. Anne, St. Mary, Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Catherine. While eastern parishes, you know, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Surrey, such as Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew. And just as predicted, morning rainfall definitely took place across eastern Jamaica, as this post right here was made on our Twitter page at Weather Jamaica. Keep in mind that these posts aren't only made here on our Twitter page, but on our Instagram page at Weather.Jamaica, on our TikTok page at Weather Jamaica, and on our Facebook page at Weather Jamaica 876. So if you have one of those social media platforms, please ensure that you follow us there, as we may post throughout the day that you can't afford to miss. So we definitely saw the visible satellite image that was posted around that time. And we definitely had the morning rainfall. The clouds definitely brought some isolated showers to section of Portland, section of St. Thomas during that time. And then during the afternoon, the thunderstorms started to spark across central and western Jamaica as well. Even though we're still getting on some thunderstorms across eastern Jamaica, St. Thomas and Portland for sure definitely got on the thunderstorm activity. Still around 12:45 p.m. And we also saw the thunderstorms affecting portions of Clarendon, sections of St. Anne, Trelawney. Look at that huge convection burst over portions of St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland as well. They definitely got in on some tremendous thunderstorm activity. And we can see all the high cool cloud tops as represented by the blues, greens, yellows, oranges, reds, and the blacks. And we can even see the sparkling white dust that we know represents some amount of lightning strikes, if not lightning flashes. It was definitely much welcomed, especially for eastern Jamaica. Portland, St. Thomas haven't been getting in on much afternoon rainfall for the past week, so I'm sure that they're grateful that they got in on some of what western Jamaica usually gets. And if we take a look here at the visible satellite images of Jamaica before the sun went down, we can see the flow coming in from the east, and then by the time the sun was starting to go down, most of the clouds, which are mainly high cold cloud, well, high clouds, not necessarily cold cloud top, were starting to dissipate by that time. And we definitely have some confirmation from some of our followers. Gavin Thompson right here on our Facebook page stating we're getting a lot of rain in May Pen. Drini RJ stating Porty getting a pounding at 10 a.m. on a Friday. We can also see Georgiana on our Twitter page stating overcast in Portmore, Twiggy overcast. Marian Hines, we getting rain right now. I'm in the Newmarket area. Ricardo stating rain here in Port Maria, St. Mary, grateful for it. Place has been too hot. Tina Baker, rain in Negril right now. Even right here, another Facebook post. Susan Simpson, thunderstorm liquid in Port Antonio. Troy Skull, Vineyard, St. Elizabeth, get hard rain today. We also have Maureen Vincent stating just as predicted and it's cool and nice. Esther stating rain, St. Mary. Even on our Instagram page where the comments coming in. Sunflower underscore grocery underscore and underscore more stating thunder, lightning and much needed rain in Montego Bay. China underscore the underscore entrepreneur stating rain in Westmoreland. We also have Slim underscore Queen underscore 1 stating, heavy piece of rain just fall a Saint and the thunder them feel like earthquake. KD stating Portland, very stormy, lightning and thunder from after 6 until a few minutes ago it subsided. And then finally we have Lane Last 101 stating rain in Mandeville. Karine Spencer 1 stating rain in Santa Cruz like crazy. So that indeed confirms the rainfall that was predicted for sections of the island today. Unfortunately, the corporate area didn't receive much in the way of rainfall. We can see the halfway tree cam right here at around 4:39 p.m. showing that the place was dry but overcast for the most part. See persons and vehicles going about their business for sure. Not much in the way of rainfall across the corporate area today. By the way, if you'd like to see more live streams like this, just go over to See Jamaica's YouTube channel. If you don't know by now, we have a partnership with that channel. They show live streams of the corporate area in general, from Crossroads, Barbican, the Kingston Harbor, Panoramic View, the Bogwalk Gorge. So if you'd like to see more of that, just visit them and subscribe. If we take a look here at the accumulated precipitation for the past 24 hours from the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology website, this map does indeed paint a picture of where we had the rainfall today. Even although it's not 100% accurate, we can see that we definitely had the brunt of it across sections of central and especially western Jamaica for sure. And if we take a look at what's taking place right now, not much actually. However, if you take a closer look, you can see some clouds in the milky whitish shades coming into portions of eastern Jamaica. This is why we wish we had some nice visible satellite images at night, but without the sun we can't see the clouds that well. I definitely do. So definitely some isolated showers could be affecting portions of eastern Jamaica as we speak. As a matter of fact, let's see the latest image that just came out at 35 minutes past the hour. That's 8:35 p.m. We do see the clouds, and we definitely have the Cuban Doppler radar images right here to confirm. We do see the isolated pockets of greens and yellows that represent some rainfall, maybe affecting sections of St. Thomas and Portland as we speak. Some of this rainfall right there to the north of Trelawney and St. James. If we take a look at the military radar from the Guantanamo Bay station, we can see some rainfall right there between Haiti and Jamaica. Nothing drastic, just some isolated showers. And even on the Cayman radar, we can see some rainfall right there to the southeast of the Cayman Islands, as well as some rainfall right there to the north of the island. If we take a look at the latest from See Jamaica's YouTube channel showing the Bogwalk Gorge, not much taking place. We see the live cam showing the vehicles going about their business. Bogwalk Gorge definitely not in speed right now like it was a couple of days ago when we saw the water rushing. Water definitely calm for the most part. If we take a look here at the temperatures right now, we can say we're 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 28 degrees Celsius in Kingston, and by about 4 a.m. on Saturday, temperature should dip down to about 25 degrees Celsius in both Montego Bay and Kingston. Taking a look here at the temperature forecast for tomorrow, this map from the GFS is showing 18 on Saturday. When calculated, that's about 1 p.m. on a Saturday. And we can see Jamaica right here embedded in some yellow colors for the most part. I know the yellow colors are representative of 1 degree Celsius above normal temperatures. And we know the normal temperatures for the month of August across Jamaica are about 91 degrees Fahrenheit, the same as July. And we know 91 degrees Fahrenheit when calculated, that's about 32.7 degrees Celsius. So we should be receiving anywhere from 32 to 33 degrees Celsius at most for Jamaica's temperature on Saturday. And considering that tomorrow is the last day of August, tomorrow we're going to be doing this summary of what took place during August. And we're going to be looking at the long range for what the weather is going to be like for September. If you take a look here at the wave forecast for tomorrow, we can see, as usual, the lighter shades of blues to darker shades of blues that we know represents anywhere from 0.5 meter wave height to 1.5 meter wave height, stretching all the way from the Gulf of Mexico to the Western Caribbean into the Central and Eastern Caribbean. And that's because the winds for the most part will be averaging anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 knots, maybe gusting to 20 knots, especially to the south of Jamaica and Hispaniola. We see the general flow for these winds coming in from the east, all courtesy of the ridge of high pressure to the north right here. And we can also make out the airflow pressure where it's supposed to be tomorrow at that time, 12 p.m. Jamaica time. If we take a look at the close-up of Jamaica in terms of where the winds are expected, we can definitely still expect the winds coming in from the east. So any isolated shower that's expected will definitely be coming off of the sea to affect sections of St. Thomas and Portland. But look where all of the air is going to be piling up. Across inland areas of some central western parishes, that's where we're going to be having the least amount of winds. That's where we're going to be having that diurnal convection, that daytime heating, rainfall. So look out for that. It's the same pattern as today, it's the same pattern as yesterday. Central and western Jamaica for sure, inland areas of St. Andrew, southern St. Mary. That's where we're going to be having those cumulus clouds becoming mid-level rain clouds, and then possibly some upper level cumulonimbus clouds. And then you know what usually takes place, the thunderstorms for sure. And if we take a look at what's predicted, this map from the Euro and this map from the GFS are both valid for 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 3 p.m. Jamaica time. And look at what we see. As a matter of fact, we see the blues represent rainfall across eastern Jamaica too. So St. Thomas and Portland will definitely be getting what's coming off of the sea. And we can also see the blues represent rainfall, even some grains in there across sections of central Jamaica, maybe section of Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland as well. We see that the Euro and the GFS are in consensus with the rainfall, but the Euro is a bit less robust with the amount that's expected. We see the dots of blues across the island from east to west, but clearly the GFS has a stronger signal. The GFS is even more sure that it's going to be raining across the island on a Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. for sure. So please ensure that you get that laundry done early. And even if you take a look at the accumulated precipitation forecast from the Euro and the GFS models, this map from the Euro and this map from the GFS are both showing where it's going to be raining within the next 24 hours from now up until 3Z on Sunday. When calculated, that's all the rainfall that's expected from now up until 10 p.m. on Saturday. And we do see the greens represent some rainfall, but not as robust as where we see the reds, especially across central western Jamaica. That's close to 1 inch of rainfall in total, and it could be even more rainfall than that. The Euro showing most of the rainfall across central and eastern Jamaica. We'll see exactly what unfolds. Either way, we're indeed grateful. We're in the month of August. We're starting to head into the peak of our rainy season as we head into September, then October for sure. In Kingston, whose bar graph is being shown here, they usually receive up to 4 inches of rainfall, which is about the same as almost 100 millimeters of rainfall. In Montego Bay, whose bar graph is right here at the bottom, they usually receive almost 125 millimeters of rainfall, which is about the same as almost 5 inches of rainfall. And you can do the math yourself, considering that 1 inch of rainfall is about the same as 25 millimeters of rainfall. And you can visit weatherandclimate.com to find out about the annual rainfall for your specific parish. Alright, so that's it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let us focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So we can see the clouds associated with the trough definitely doing a number on the Bahamas, Cuba, with a lot of cloud showers and thunderstorms. Even portions of Florida got in on some of the thunderstorm activities today. Northern South America with the usual thunderstorm activity. Central America too. You can also see the line of clouds and showers and thunderstorm affecting portions of the Windward Islands from Trinidad and Tobago all the way north to Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadine. Section of Western Haiti was definitely getting lashed even by afternoon time. If we take a look at the northeastern Caribbean's Doppler radar images, we can definitely see where the rainfall is taking place right now. The greens and the yellows and oranges within those greens represent some light to moderate to even some heavy rainfall in there. Definitely some rainfall affecting portions of Puerto Rico as we speak. Central and eastern portions of the island. Hit or miss showers for sure. We can also see some rainfall in and around the Leeward Islands. Anywhere from St. Martin, Anguilla, St. Kitts, or the British and US Virgin Islands, Antigua and Barbuda, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, most of which is off to the east of those islands for sure. And we can see that that has been the case throughout the day with a lot of isolated hit or miss scattered showers here and there. If we take a look at the Barbados radar, we can see that we don't have much taking place. Some isolated shores, mainly to the north of the island in those blues and greens, most of which is pushing from east to west, more so from the east northeast to the west southwest, affecting sections of Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia as we speak. You can also see south of there that most of the rainfall is off to the east of Trinidad and Tobago as well. If we take a look at weather VF Doppler radar images, we don't see much rainfall across northeastern South America like Suriname or French Guiana, but definitely across sections of Venezuela, sections of northwestern Venezuela as well, sections of Honduras, northern Guatemala, the Yucatan Peninsula, western Cuba, and even western Florida. But as it relates to where the rainfall is expected within the next 24 hours, look at this tongue of rainfall that's expected associated with the moisture that we just mentioned. Proportion of the Windward Islands, so anywhere from Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, gonna be getting some rainfall tomorrow. Not to mention sections of Venezuela, Suriname, French Guiana, and Guyana, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, the Yucatan Peninsula, even portions of the Cayman Islands getting in on the mix. And we see that both the Euro and the GFS models are in consensus with that forecast. We can also see some rainfall in store for sections of Cuba, sections of Florida, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, sections of the northeastern Caribbean. So those areas that are already receiving some isolated shores, they're definitely going to be getting in on some more. And we see the consensus on both the Euro and the GFS models. And we know that we're in consensus like this, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching.